Hello, this is Dawn. Today's Soul Simple Life Shift is the movement from ego to essence. And this is really all about identity, how we see who we are, and the movement from this way of seeing ourselves simply as a personality or through the mind and the ways that we kind of show up in any given circumstance, to shifting from that to our full essence, that which is the whole of who we are from within us, connected to our whole self and our soul self. And that's really the practice here, is to ask continuously, to live this question, is where is my whole self and my soul self in this day, in this experience, in this relationship, in this area of my life. So as an example, when I, Dawn, am looking at my relationship to health, which is a struggle area at times for me, or at least in terms of really the full potential, the full expression of my essential self, my essential journey, my essential truth in that area. So I might, as I'm thinking about, oh, I don't want to go on that walk, I don't want to work out, and all the excuses I'm giving myself, I might say, where is my whole self and my soul self in this aspect of my life right now? Where am I allowing my ego to drive? And where am I allowing my true nature, my essence, to lead me forward? And so this is really, again, about the movement from ego to essence. And there's, again, a lot of levels, a lot of layers here. And I'm going to try to keep it just very top level. But I encourage you to really dive deep into this, because as you learn more about how the ego operates and how what is our essence and how we can bring that forward, you begin to, and this is different for each of us too, which is one reason I don't want to get too deep here, because you can begin to see your natural patterns that have formed throughout your life, most of them due to early conditioning, and just simply not understanding this richness of who we truly are at that deeper layer, which has to do, again, with the awakening that we just discussed in the first two videos. So the shift is from ego to essence, from like these pseudo selves, pseudo, pseudo selves, like these, basically masks that we wear, that we have learned to show up as. And some of us, myself included, are masters at that. We can adapt and, wear a lot of hats, if you will, and show up in ways that we believe will be beneficial for ourselves or for others, or keep us safe in some ways. So when you ask yourself, where is my whole self? Where is my soul self? Where is the ego? Where's the essence in this experience? The first place to look for the ego is in the performance, in the masks, in the way, the particular angle that you're coming at things from, or the particular expressions that you are allowing and what you are denying. Not to say that there aren't parameters for how we should show up in any given circumstance, sorry. But again, you want to be aware, become more and more aware about how you are showing up as who you are. And is your identity that you are allowing yourself and others to see, is that coming from the level of soul? Or is it simply coming from the level of, body, mind, or even emotion that is partial and driven by the ego and its desire, often to keep us safe, but sometimes to achieve or get something that we think we need. And so the life practice for this life shift is simply to return to that question again and again. Where's my ego in this? Where's my essence in this? I would highly recommend the book that I wrote entitled Cultivating Essence from the Matrix of Soul. I'll try to remember to put a link below, but it is on Amazon and on my website. And this is a different way of connecting to who you truly are at that level of soul essence, and bringing that back to your daily life by connecting to the light, life, and love that you are. Your essential self, your essential journey, your essential truth, awakening the world within, finding your forward flow, embracing a new vision for your life. So as you ask this question of yourself, like, where's my ego here? What is my essence? How present am I? How connected am I to who I really am? And how can I feel safer to bring that forward? You want to begin to identify within certain areas of your life and certain situations. You want to begin to notice the patterns that are your comfort zone, and you want to begin to really journal about and explore on a deeper level, who do I really want to show up as? How do I really want to be? How can I be more of who I am in my true nature and share that, to be more vulnerable and safe to do that? And this is, again, a whole world that we could explore deeper. But for today, I just want to invite you to return to that question. Where's my ego? Where's my essence? What is my soul self and my whole self leading me to see in this particular situation or in this particular expression? So begin to really be more present to the ego and your essence and how those are showing up in the myriad of ways we go through life day by day. And then you might want to look at it overall as well. If you want, again, a specific pathway, those 90 seeds for life in the book, Cultivating Essence from the Matrix of Soul, will support you there. And I have an online journey called 90 Days to Life that leads you through that content and gives you 2 videos a day to begin to do that in a little bit more of a bite-sized pieces kind of way. It's basically 90 ways to come to life and live in full expression. So again, ego, essence, and what is your identity right now? Another book I have is called what is it called? Your True Nature. I can't remember the name of my own book. I'll put it below. It's 12 photographs and then 12 activations that are pretty simple to go through. I was going to say something else about ego. Oh, yeah. Within the ego and the drive and the pull of our ego in various experiences, there can be a lot deeper exploration that we can go into in terms of our shadow selves that show up and that align with the ego's desires. And there's so many levels here. So for today, just take a look at, where's my ego leading me here? Am I letting my ego just drive the ship of my life, steer the ship of my life, or show up and lead me in this particular relationship or experience? And how can I be more connected to my essential self, my essential journey, my essential truth, return to that star power, soul's truth and radiance, and cultivate essence from a matrix of soul, rather than being this ego version of ourselves in what often the ego plays in the false matrix, the 3D experience that is presented to us as reality. But there's always a deeper experience, an immersion into essence, and to an experience of, cultivating qualities of being, expressions that are more aligned with that essential nature, our true nature, and bringing it forward. So again, today was just all about your whole self and your soul self, and really opening up to that leading the way for you.